From the planet Oa, from the motherland of Wakanda, across the Atlantis in an invisible jet, forged in the fires of Krypton and trained in the streets of Hell's Kitchen, enhanced by Weapon X, and we about to spit game on high in the watchtower. We are the HNIC. We are back. What's good, y'all? How you be? It's been a while.
Right. It's your boy, Nemo, the world's forgotten boy, the Negro you love to hate. We have a special guest.
Hello, everybody. This is Coriander, aka Starfire,
Hey,
princess of planet Tamaran.
Well, are you? We're going to have to get into that because technically you're a princess, but you've been robbed of your ancestral homeland. So you know,
Yes.
we'll see. All right.
so she's like every other black person on earth.
She was a princess, and then they moved her to Detroit, and she working on the conveyor belt. Like I used to own all this. Half y'all were in my tribe.
Singing doo-wop in Motor City. She's like, I ruled the planet,
Yeah, exactly.
and now I got to perform in front of Barry Gordy.
Now I got to cook for 20 people.
Who's this Barry Gordy that you guys speak
Oh,
We will hip you to this.
listen, if you ain't learned nothing while being on Earth, you got to know who Barry Gordy is. He's a little brown-skinned dude with a processed finger waves. You ain't finger waves? They ain't teach you finger waves yet?
No.
Is that the waves of the hair?
No, that's black folk, baby. You know, that's a do-rag.
Can I just ask? I'm not afraid, but are you radioactive? Because I heard a rumor.
Did you say was she radioactive?
Is she radioactive? I can't. I mean, she's Starfire.
You could ask Dick
Who
Grayson.
did you hear this from? Was it Blackfire by any chance?
See,
Well,
be careful of the company you keep.
that's true. She just told me she's mildly radioactive. You might want to get yourself tested afterwards, but you're a very nice girl.
I heard your
So,
pop is a real tool.
yeah.
No, not her. With her best friend, right?
Yes, yeah.
She keeps bad company.
Yeah.
Eesh.
Yes.
All right.
But it's a pleasure to have you here, to have actual royalty here, and a superhero. In case anything jumps off, this is the
you
wrong
mean like
place to do
Meghan
it.
Markle, like royalty?
Yes. I love it. Don't get me started on Megan. But we also had another special thing. You went to a wonderful con this weekend.
Yo, it's interesting that we're delving into cosplay today, and honestly, it's awesome to have our legit first guest.
Yes.
We thank you so much, Starfire, for coming across the cosmos, even though you were right there in Titan's Tower, so it wasn't that much of a walk. But I got my first opportunity to cosplay this past weekend in a long time. Like, I cosplayed, I want to say,
before, yeah.
yeah, 5 or 6 years ago. Thank you, Cousin Mark, for constantly making me stretch out of my comfort zones and do things that I would not do because I like to maintain as many cool points as I can humanly keep on any given day.
I just wanted, for context, cosplay is when we try to dress up like superheroes like you and pretend to have the powers and do those things.
Oh, so that's why all those strange people at this place that I went to not too long ago were all dressed up like people I knew.
Yes.
Exactly.
There's a lot of Starfires. There's a wide range of outfits. That's all I'll say on that.
I thought I saw Dick a couple of times too.
I'm
It
sure
was
you
pretty
did.
awkward.
I mean,
Which
listen,
joke to go with?
Listen, I could have went there, but because we're in the presence of royalty,
Yes.
I'll just say that Sir Grayson of
Nightwing.
is a very popular
Very
cosplay
surprised.
character.
We're going to get into him, too, because I got questions about Nightwing.
Yeah, because you kind of date y'all a thing, right?
Gotta give
Oh, no, sorry. Let it breathe.
Gotta let it breathe.
Let it breathe a little bit.
Let it breathe. Tell me about this convention, because it looked like fun.
All right. Well, all right. Okay. Real quick, I'm gonna tell you exactly what was going on. So, my cousin hits me up and he says, "Hey, we're gonna go to this great convention in New York, and I'm gonna take care of the tickets. All you got to do is show up, and we're gonna have a great time." So, of course, I'm like, I'm with it. Oh, you know, it was a weekend, and I didn't have too much going on, so I decided to, humor him. So as we're preparing for it in the coming week, he's like, "Oh, by the way, you really need to cosplay." And I'm like, "Ugh, I don't know. I'm not sure if, because there's some elaborate costumes.
They do a great job.
Like, you don't want to just delve into what I call a geek subculture and not do it justice.
Right.
But the best part about cosplay is they don't care how you do it, long as you're doing it.
I've heard the same about orgies.
Wait,
Keep going.
Wait. What is an orgy?
It's like cosplay.
It's a lot of faking.
Keep
There's
going.
There's a lot of faking going on. A lot
going.
of dress up. I'm gonna pray for you. But yeah. So I ultimately decided to go because it was another freaking con.
Yes.
And it was hosted by the real life Peter Griffin,
Yeah.
Rob, and
That dude looks cool.
bro,
That looks like a guy I just want to spend a day with.
I have to admit, like, he's like my best friend in my head,
Yeah.
and
He looked like a guy I just
bro,
want to spend a
let
day
me-
with.
let me tell you something. It was something that I learned about Rob that was interesting in and of itself. Not only does he cosplay as Peter Griffin, but he knows 67 different voices that he can emulate. I mean, Goofy, Mickey. He also cosplays as Sergeant Slaughter.
Oh, he would be perfect. Yeah, that works.
They have an 80s cosplay group that they go down to Dragon Con, which, by the way, Dragon Con is this 7-day Mardi Gras type cosplay event that we have to go check out. Have you ever been to Dragon Con?
No, I have not, but I have heard a lot about it.
For the record, there are no dragons, so there will be no fighting involved for you. I just want to clarify
Not this
that.
time.
Right.
Oh, boo.
She said, I want to get that work.
Also, for our audience, the call-in number is as always, 877-226-0998. One of the things I've always wondered as a guy that doesn't go to a lot of conventions, what makes a great convention to you guys? What are the conventions you saw and what made them great? As we talk about some of these upcoming ones and what you saw.
Well, I'll tell you what, one of the things that made this convention great, as I finally finished doing what I was doing on my cell phone, I have to admit, it's one of the smaller cons because
Right.
this is first year.
Right. Nothing wrong with
Typically, comic book conventions are held at these arenas where there's a bunch of vendors and there's not a lot to do outside of checking out some cool stuff, maybe checking out the cosplay,
Right.
and enjoying the scenery.
that. Right.
This particular con, another freaking con, was an actual show.
Oh.
They had it at the theater. It's actually right where they filmed Men in Black. Remember when they went and got the spaceships?
Yeah, yeah.
And the spaceship ran into the big metal statue that was the globe. That's where we were. So like you could totally check out my Instagram, and I got pictures and stuff like that. And it was like this really cool setting. But the theater was beautiful, bro.
Okay.
Beautiful. They did all these different panels in the beginning, and Rob talked about these different books, and they had this guy who's really, really knowledgeable on Shazam, like way too knowledgeable, like scary knowledgeable. like you be nervous being around him because he loves Shazam that much.
You just like, has he lost touch with reality?
Yeah, it was like one of those moments where it's like, oh my God. But see, he didn't just love Captain Marvel, Billy Batson. He loved all the Captain Marvel.
Freddie Freeman.
Bro,
Yeah.
he knew him from, he questioned me.
The ones that nobody cared about.
Right, and I mean, he was like, do you?
I'm sorry. We love all the Captain Marvels. I know they're your peers, and I do not mean to disparage Mary or any of the, even the
Or the other cosmic superheroes.
Tony the Tiger or any of them.
As you can tell, we're starting to get a little appalled here.
She was offended. We apologize. We
I
don't want to
want
start. See,
no smoke.
bro. Head Nerds in Charge starts intergalactic war.
Yeah.
Thank
I don't
you.
want no smoke. I don't want Freddie coming up like, yo, I'm out the wheelchair now, son.
But they had Peter Griffin fight the chicken in a no holds bar hardcore death match right on stage. It was the greatest spectacle I've ever seen. Now, I understand. It's a big chicken, like huge.
There's no way that it's going to compare to anything that you've seen or done.
Do you have
For
chickens
us, it's
on
very
your-
exciting.
I don't know if you have chickens on
I
your planet.
don't believe we have chickens. We do have, however, some other foreign creatures, but nothing like quite.
You've got to
like
have something
chickens.
close. You know, you've got to have something close.
Well, I mean, it's kind of it's a race of orange people, which is pretty close to black.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm
And they
almost
became slaves.
It's got to be chicken somewhere.
There's an equivalent for you somewhere.
There's some form of poultry on your planet.
There's some sort of animal that you fry.
Are you guys referring to the thing that I believe is what do you guys call it? Stereotypes?
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yes.
She doesn't know chicken, but she knows stereotypes.
Well, we're going to discuss those
I
as
think
well.
I've been here long enough to get that.
Well, we're going to discuss those as well because there's stereotypes come into play. They've cast you for a show, and you've got to have certain opinions on that too. So we're going to ask you about that later too.
Yeah, just to surmise it, I got the cosplay as Cleveland.
All right.
Since it was a
not Steve Harvey.
No,
I'm telling you, we'll fool you real quick. Steve Harvey.
It was pretty. I thought it was pretty terrible because it was this huge itchy mustache.
That did look itchy.
It looked
that thing was made out of asbestos.
Oh my! It was like. It was it was like butt hairs tickling my nose
like made out of
for
wicker.
about 8 hours, and I don't want to tell you how I knew.
He had a wicked mustache. He was.
I don't want to explain how I knew the consistency of what butt hair is, but basically it was completely uncomfortable, and I had on this wig. Now I'm bald,
Right?
And if you don't know, wigs are hot.
Yes. Yes, they are. So I've heard.
So you heard. Yeah, wigs are really, really hot. So here I am. I didn't want to leave the bathroom. It was like a girl on her first date. I was like, Mark, I'm not leaving the bathroom. I look completely stupid.
My hair is a mess.
I'm like, I'm not doing this. You're going to embarrass me. And then he goes live on Facebook, and he's just like, you're in it now.
He has no shame, so yeah.
No, not at all.
If you had a piece of shame, Mark covers that piece.
Yeah, and then he spits on it and burns it to a cinder. And so I went out there, but I got to meet the best kind of people. I met Smoke, Eric Moran, and I got to meet Lovey, who is the Philly Black Panther.
Oh yeah, he's coming on. Yeah.
Bro, yeah, he was super cool, and I got to meet this phenomenal young lady named Mandy, and she played Lois.
Yeah, I saw.
And she was spot on, and it was just.
See, I didn't get to hear her imitation.
She sounded just like Lois, and
Mandy, if you're listening, call in and sound like Lois.
Oh, that would be awesome, Mandy. I don't know if you're listening or if you're out there, but if you are. Please, matter of fact, somebody tag Mandy.
Tag Mandy.
And tell Mandy to call in.
And sound like
Tom,
Lois.
what's the call-in number?
Call-in number is 877-226-0998.
I'm tagging her. I'm tagging her right now. I'm tagging her right now. Mandy, you need to call in as Lois. Rob, if you're out there, call in as Peter Griffin.
Did it work?
I'm not sure.
Hold on. Let me. I'll message her separately.
But if you get an opportunity, definitely go check out Another Freaking Con. It's a small con, but
It
it's
looked
definitely
like fun.
It was big fun, and there's a lot of great people that attended.
I would have came, but I had the weekend at my mother-in-law's, so.
Oh, that sounds riveting.
It was the agony and the ecstasy. Guess who had the agony? I'm just kidding.
I would assume you.
I'm just kidding. We had fun, but it was a family thing, so yeah, you're not getting free. We're gonna go into hot topics now. These are things. Again, it's gonna be of limited appeal to you because we don't have superpowers. So we have to watch people do things that are more interesting than we are.
Like yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Iron Fist Season 2.
Hold on. Did you get a chance to see Iron Fist Season 1?
Oh, you mean me?
Yes.
Yes.
I think I did, if I'm thinking about the right show.
All right. It's the one with Danny Rand, and it was completely boring. And
Is this the white guy with the curly hair?
yes, exactly. You got spot on.
It's the guy that you could beat in 2 seconds flat.
Yeah. Depending on the
yes.
writers.
I'm familiar with him.
So how'd you like Season 1?
It was okay. It was entertaining.
She thought it was entertaining.
But a dog chasing its tail is entertaining. I don't know what that means.
Alien races, not the
I
brightest
mean, I
bulbs.
am easily pleased.
That's what Dick said. So, moving
Oh! Boom!
Iron Fist Season 2. We're kind of excited to see it, aren't we, Tom?
I'm going to be honest with you. The trailer looked good. The stuff I saw looked good. There's a 2.5 minute long trailer. It was like, let's take it back to the streets. I'm like, we're out of the boardroom, eh? Typhoid Mary shows up.
Right.
Did you see it?
No, I saw parts of the trailer.
Typhoid Mary shows up. I'm like,
it piques your interest.
There's only 10 episodes instead of 13.
Perfect.
So
that means they cut the fat.
Because you know the 3 episodes you have with every Netflix show where you're just waiting for something to happen?
Right.
Gone.
The filler, they call it the filler episodes.
Right. And then he loses the Iron Fist. Apparently, Davos, one of the other guys, comes and steals it from him. So he doesn't even have his ultimate weapon at some point, it looks like. And I'm like, you are putting together the elements of a season I want to see. Also, the Punisher Season 2 stuff looks great, too.
Wow. Listen, I'm all the way in on Punisher. Have you gotten a chance to check out Punisher?
No, I have not. He is not my favorite.
How do you feel about superheroes that kill people? I don't know. I know
I am not very fond of it.
Okay.
Obviously, I care about all living things.
What do you do with people you don't like? You don't have like a phantom zone, or what do you do? You just
Well,
can you rip off a
obviously, I
leg?
do what any other person should do that's rational and try to figure some kind of way to become friends at some point. There has to be some way for us to work things out.
And this is exactly why aliens hate coming to Earth.
I'm going to be honest
because
with
we're
you.
terrible people.
You can have like hate and murder in your heart, but when you meet like a long-haired, beautiful orange woman, you're like, maybe I should reevaluate my stance.
Well, you know what? Long-haired, beautiful orange women.
You just come in, you're like, I don't feel this. I was furious when I came in here. This shit didn't work out the way I thought.
And then the best part is she's got this youthful vigor. She's got this nice
happy.
demeanor, and I know she's all pleasant and whatnot.
You're like, I don't even want to hit you.
I worked all day. I'm pissed. I want to talk about Punisher emptying a clip into some bad mafia guy.
Yes, I want him to shoot everyone and everything in sight, and then shoot them while they're down.
And now I just want to discuss puppies.
Exactly.
And shawarma.
You know what? I'm going to skip to Suicide Squad 2 just for a second because we're in such a positive mood. Suicide Squad 2 has been pushed back so they can do Birds of Prey. Which project would you... I was going to say, which project would you rather see? Now, these Birds of Prey, it's going to be Huntress. It's going to be... who is going to be on that thing? Harley Quinn. There's going to be a few people that you know. Are you looking forward to seeing that?
Of course I am. I'm always supportive of my colleagues in any way I can be.
Okay, and I guess you're not too fond of the Suicide Squad, obviously, then.
Obviously not.
Well,
but I do still partake in watching.
Okay, I was going to say, you better act right or you're going to end up on the Suicide Squad. just so you know, don't get it twisted.
How this plays out.
You're going to be on there with a collar on your neck.
We don't.
Think not.
Yeah, listen.
Oh, there we go. Oh, don't glow. I heard you.
You know what? I
I
told you those orange people were closer to black. You
exactly.
heard that sister.
She was like, oh no! I was like, oh, her hands getting hot.
You heard the sister come right up out of
Yes,
her
I
voice.
did.
She said, "I think not."
Not. I'm not
when
crazy.
you emphasize that T with a little bit of spit at the end of
I'm
it, that's when you know it's
crazy.
You know it's real.
There was there was interesting news. John August, who was working on the Catwoman sequel years ago, said he pitched the whole thing with Michelle Pfeiffer, and they didn't want her. They wanted Buffy the Vampire Slayer. They wanted Sarah Michelle Gellar, and that lets me know that Warner Brothers has been jacked up for even longer than we thought.
You know what? I liked Michelle Pfeiffer's rendition.
I loved it.
Of Catwoman. I thought it was really spot on.
I don't even like Catwoman.
Eartha Kitt still is my Catwoman.
I have nothing to steal, though. I'll say this: if Catwoman gets mad at me, there's nothing of mine to take.
Except your dignity.
Oh, well, that's been going on.
Hey, that's right.
I don't know about that. I have to support the women.
Of course you do.
Even if they're thieves?
We're working on that.
You're wearing jewels. You know every time you see her, one's got to come up missing.
I don't see why they're so important anyway. They're just stones.
That is a very great perspective. Can I have a stone?
She thought about it. She was like... I don't like you colored.
Enough. I don't like you enough to do that.
You darker human beings are very shisty.
Exactly.
You said it, not me.
She's PC. See, we've got Starfire's PR rep
when you're
for
not
Wayne Corp.
If I was just like 2 shades lighter, I could get over.
Off camera, Dick Grayson is looking at us right now like, cut the feed.
Cut the feed. He got the stick. He extended the stick.
That's hilarious. But that's interesting because, I mean... You figure if Dick wanted to propose to you, he doesn't need a ring.
No, he doesn't. You could probably make one.
Wait, hold on. Let's see if she's become Americanized. Would he need a ring?
No, he wouldn't need a ring.
What he need to show he was sincere?
Love is enough for me, and loyalty, if he could give that to me.
Dick,
Oh.
you cutting up, man.
Oh wait, Dick Grayson and loyalty?
Dick, you cutting up, man.
Listen,
Listen, player.
I don't know if you've
Player,
ever
where's
read
the- I need
any
a
of
mustache.
Dick's story arcs.
I know, it's how you say it is fat chance.
Yes, yes. Dick is loved by many. Don't do it.
We're touching her eyeball. Like, you can't rub a woman's face in it, especially a woman that
But
has
she's
the power to fire electricity beams,
But
energy beams.
she's an alien woman. Do they have the same moral standards as we?
All I said her was woman, and I can't risk it.
I guess that's a little different for me.
Yeah, I mean,
That was part of me and Dick's issues, of course, because he's
Right.
not very understanding of how things work
You're a
for
little bit more open-minded.
Tamaranians.
in fact, because you get language from kissing people.
Yes.
Wait, whoa.
You-
Hold on. Wait, explain that to me.
Yes.
What happened?
When she
wait,
kisses
hold on,
people, yeah.
Well, I do get my powers of learning other languages from making out with the other opposite species.
Yeah.
Southwest, do you fly to Tamaranian? Because I would love to take a few.
I'm a teacher English class. Yeah! Drop bombs, son.
Yo, teachers must not even need to get paid. Like,
I don't know. I
there's
can
a
tell you,
line around the
there's
building.
a line of orange women in bikinis trying to learn English.
I'm not doing this with you.
And
Tom.
I could never go.
I'm not
It's
doing
like a
this.
Shabba Ranks video. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, school bell is ring.
Listen, I don't think there is a child on Tamarin that isn't on time for class. I don't think you have tardiness.
You met?
I didn't say we learn all knowledge from that.
Oh.
No, it's just
Wait,
languages.
If you just learn language, never
So you
mind.
need-
I don't want to know how you learn
But
all your
I
other
know
stuff.
certain people who are masters of languages. Wink.
Well, we've totally gone completely
We went
into
left.
the gutter.
No, we
with,
haven't. Not yet.
Royalty.
But I will say, all right, if there's Watchmen is coming on HBO as a miniseries, which was the original idea that they wanted to do before they did the movie. But it's going to be HBO prestige miniseries. You looking forward to that? Now, I know you've just become aware of the Watchmen. Period. For some reason, we were aware of them 20 years before you guys were. There are multiple Earths. It's complicated.
Yeah, this is the whole multiple Earths thing. So that means just like multiple versions of you.
Really?
Well, I will say that you're teammates with Donna, and Donna is a multiple of Wonder Woman, so it's kind of an example of what we mean. It's very confusing.
Oh, yes. I think I was looking into this at some point on the thing that you guys use called Wikipedia.
Yes.
It was very confusing.
Well, that's
Wikipedia is very confusing. Wikipedia is a great source of knowledge when you're looking up multiverses.
it's the essence of the blind leading the blind. Although it's the one-eyed leading the blind when it comes to Wikipedia. So, yes.
Well, hey, the fact that you're even trying to dig into the multiverse
I appreciate it.
is very admirable because, I mean, once you start getting into, like, what is it, Crisis on Infinite Earths? And,
Yes.
and you guys have fought some pretty high-level villains in the past, right?
Right.
Yes.
But well, break that down because, I mean, how is that to fight, like, top-tier villains but still be kind of considered sidekicks?
You know, I kind of question that myself. I guess maybe, what do you call it, the priority, since they were around first. So I guess
that's
it's
a good
just
point.
that we're always going to be
Huh.
successors to them.
So it's like JLA privilege.
Wow.
Yes,
You
or
know
at
what?
least that's how
You
I
can't
feel.
wait for this interview, can you? You can't wait for this Starfire interview.
Well, well, how do we want to do it, Tom?
I
You wanna...
apologize. It's time for my old guy rant.
Oh boy.
I've been waiting for this for 45 minutes. Starfire, I apologize for how petty I must be.
No, I know how ready you've been for this.
So by all means, Tom, why don't you go ahead on and tell us what's on your mind?
new images surfaced from the Captain Marvel movie. How do you guys feel about it? Kurt, when you see the stuff from Captain Marvel, how do you feel when you see it?
It's funny. I recently just did a meme on my comedy page.
Yeah.
About Shazam and
excuse me.
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. Yeah, got you.
I got you.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the padding. I understand the why.
Marvel's Captain Marvel.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Shazam. Yeah. That's why they're calling him Shazam.
Got you.
Yep.
Okay. You talking about
Brie Larson?
Brie Larson.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not looking forward to it, and
How could you?
Well, because
I'm gonna tell you what.
This is her inspiring moment.
No. Starfire. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm not excited.
Yeah. Okay. Listen. This is your rant. I'll throw you the alley-oop, but
I think it's the same thing in your heart too, because it's being pitched to me as this wonderful, huge step. This is going to be the most powerful woman in the Marvel universe.
The most powerful
character.
Yeah, character.
And I go, who is it going to be? And they go, it's Becky. And I'm like, oh. Because whenever we want to make the most incremental steps of progress, they give me yet another Becky.
Becky. I've heard this name being used about Becky bringing the potato salad to the and it has raisins in it.
Yes.
Apparently that's not
That's
supposed
not
to
what
happen.
You have heard correctly, and they call the police on people
For everything.
for breathing.
You got called to the police 5 times when you flew here. But all I can tell you is, whenever they want to pitch this to me like this is a great move for everybody. First female CEO, she went from a secretary to Becky. First female referee, Becky. First assistant coach, Becky. First female to Becky. I don't want another groundbreaking Becky.
Especially after we had a groundbreaking Shuri.
Right. We had Shuri. We had the stuff that was actually interesting. And
the fact that they allowed that sister to be the smartest person in the MCU, we were like, and that's the problem.
If you told me Shuri was going to become Ironheart and she was going to replace Iron Man in a new series, where do I sign?
I'm all in for it.
But if you're telling me that Becky comes out of nowhere and she's stronger than the Hulk.
And here's my thing. I don't have a problem with a woman being the strongest in the MCU.
No, I don't.
I don't even have a problem with it being a white woman.
No, I don't.
Being in the MCU. My problem is just give us something different than the same narrative.
Give me something other than Taylor Swift. I can't get excited for this.
So if she was a brunette, then would it help?
I would feel better.
I wonder if you're partial to brunettes.
I'm tired of, if you're a blonde, blue-eyed white woman, your life is so much more precious than any other woman.
Especially because, okay, now let's take the politics out of it.
Right, no,
let's take the politics completely out of it, and let's just talk geek for a second.
Yeah.
I am one of the biggest Incredible Hulk fans.
Yeah.
And they did my boy completely dirty.
Yes.
In this past, now they got a reason behind it. They got a setup that they're going to do. Whatever it is.
But they did him dirty.
But when we're talking about comic books, Hulk's catchphrase is Hulk is the strongest there is. He grabs his strength from another dimension created by the Beyonder. There is no one stronger than the Hulk. There shouldn't be anyone stronger than him in the MCU. But they've already said that, you know, Captain Marvel can move planets. She's going to be the #1 strongest, most powerful entity in the MCU. And I think it's
literally is what happens to you in your job. You're sitting there, you're working your way up, and you're like, wait, isn't that my office? No, Becky's getting it. Where did she come from? What just happened? And I'm sorry, Starfire. There's similar politics on your planet and your species, but when we say diversity, only certain people leave the door open for others. And unfortunately, I look at this and I'm like, you're going to have to make a heck of a movie for me to be interested, because right now I'm not feeling it.
I see.
Did you get to see Infinity War?
Yes, I did.
What'd you think?
I actually really liked it.
It's fictional, of course. I mean, you know, it's kind of far-fetched. You've seen the real thing, but, you know, what'd you think, you know?
It was very interesting. What was my favorite part? I think my favorite part has to have been when it got closer to the end and the one they call Spider-Man, even though he looks more like a boy to me. When he started to fade away, and it's just like,
he was
no,
like, "Oh,
Mr.
Mr. Frodo." No, wait, that's something else. Sorry.
Did you tear up? Do Tamaranians tear up?
A little on the inside.
Would you date him or Dick? I'm just asking. I don't know what your type is.
Oh, definitely Dick any day.
He's what about Captain America though?
Actually, yeah. Let's go through the list. Let's do a hot. Let's do
Aquaman.
Oh, is it because he's got a little
really
color to him?
Something.
No, well, that's a mannish man. That's a man's man.
That's a man's man. I'm not going to front. They took Aquaman from a joke.
Yeah, they did.
To now,
the moment you saw him, you were like, "Oh, that's a man's man."
I question my own manhood when I see
exactly.
him. I'm
you
just
stand up straight. If he was in the room, I'd be sitting up like this, like.
No, I just the first time Jason Momoa walked on screen, I'm like, oh my god, he's fine.
All right. So Captain America, what do you think?
Captain America. He's a very good guy. I never really had too much of an opinion on him.
Okay,
you know?
might be a little old-fashioned.
Listen. Don't be afraid. I'm not sure if Dick abuses you, and I want you to have the freedom.
I don't think Dick could abuse her.
I don't think that'd be physically possible.
Okay,
she's like 50 times stronger than him.
I just want to make sure that she has.
How do you not hurt him when you kiss him? Like, how do you keep from killing him when you guys make out?
I can restrain myself.
That's amazing to me.
Yeah, that's like Superman and Lois Lane. I always wonder how did that work.
Kill her?
Yeah,
I don't want to know.
How do you think I pick up puppies and kittens?
I didn't know you picked up puppies and kittens. I figured you just went around trying not to crush things.
Or burn them with you.
I can be gentle.
All right, well, that's preferable. All right. What about Black Panther?
Oh.
she had a gasp there.
Yes, he means a lot.
And he is royalty. You could unite your kingdoms.
Yes. We are pretty similar, you know.
Would you say you get a nice little royal bloodline?
Yes, sir.
I'm not. Well, you know, it would strengthen the black race.
It would strengthen both people. I mean, let's be honest.
A large man dinking a panther god.
Starfire, I want you to be my queen.
Storm might have something to say
His sister
about
was
that.
my favorite, though.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. I mean, she was everybody's favorite.
Yes, I wish I could have seen more of her. She's so intelligent.
I would date her, but she would just get frustrated with me because she's too smart. She'd be like, "Why are you doing this?" And I'd be like, I don't know.
Shuri was everybody's favorite. I'm happy for it. I'm all with the movement. I'm glad she's the smartest in Marvel, but I wasn't blown away by her. Oh. I know. I feel terrible for saying that.
That's because his crush was Killmonger.
Oh yeah,
Killmonger made him flare up.
Listen,
he was like, "Look, white devil."
Look, I could not go to work.
People were colonizers for 2 months. They're like, "Why are you calling me that?" My name is Albert. I don't know why you're flaring up like this.
Listen, I had a very hard time at work after. If you followed me on any of my social medias, it was a rough time.
Wait a second. What about Thor?
Yeah, Thor's got to be up there with you, right? Because he's royalty too.
I think he's just as oblivious as I am to things on this planet as well.
But that could be good. I mean, you got a lot on your plate.
He reminds me too much of myself.
See, fellas, you can't be too much like the person you want to date. Opposites do attract.
All right, well, what we're going to do is take a break, play a couple songs, then we're going to get straight to the heart of your interview. We want all the stuff that we've been waiting to ask, we're just going to do it. Everybody else, this is PC Radio. If you want to ask her questions, 877-226-0998 after the break. Don't make her mad because she has the power to fire energy, and she's a lot stronger than us. So just keep that in mind.
I tan really easily, so it could be very detrimental to our health.
I'll try my best to retain it, but I can't guarantee it.
I did not know that before we started.
That's the first time I can openly admit that I heard a little bit of the Nubian in her voice when she said that.
Brand Nubian. PCRadiolive.com, 877-226-0998. We'll catch you after the break.
Number one internet station. PC Radio Live. Internet station.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, the head nerds in charge. Average Joe is here.
Hey, son!
In the presence of greatness. Starfire in the studio, and I'm not worthy. Not even close.
We're not
Yes,
worthy.
you are. You had me one already.
Thank you. Oh, I feel so average.
How could you feel average in the presence of royalty?
Lifting us
That's
up.
kind of what makes you feel average.
Exactly.
Addis is like, princess. I work at Pet Boys.
No, I just go home and act up. This is my house, okay? This is my house. You don't put the recycling there. Like, I just argue about nothing because I don't have nothing.
We all know our lane. Dick Grayson is still in the studio just off camera.
Exactly.
Yo,
Twirling the staff. He looks
he's
like Sandman.
he's
with the
waiting to
paper
throw a
can.
baton at the back of one of our bald heads.
Say something smart. Say something smart.
Dick had a hard talk with us at the break,
Really?
and he let us know that certain questions are off limits during the interview. He all questions about Bruce.
Oh no,
Right.
that's not up to him. I'm my own.
Hey! IEDEEN. I'm not sure how to spell that. I apologize. I went to the Al Sharpton School of Spelling, and that didn't play out as well as I had hoped. I can spell bananas though.
BANANAS.
I knew you were going to say that. That's the only way you know how to say bananas. That's terrible.
You know, if she had spelled it wrong, how many of us would have got played?
Yo, she's like, for years they've been spelling it wrong, just because it was to a catchy tune. So, Tom, why don't you lead us off?
Yeah.
Because you've got some pretty hard-hitting, pertinent
do.
questions that you had for our beloved princess here.
Yes.
We gotta learn
Yeah,
more.
first of all, you've got a new movie out, Teen Titans Go,
Oh yes,
which is great for the kids.
I actually was there when it debuted. Unfortunately, the only people that I've seen surrounding me were a bunch of small children with their parents and one very disappointed girl who was apparently dragged in and didn't know what she was going into with her boyfriend.
Oh, no.
Did they consult with you before they did that, by the way, just to make sure they got things right?
Oh, yes, they did. I actually love the image that they went with for her. I feel like it's a great way to interpret it to the children. I know all of the older fans of me are not very Teen Titans Go friendly, and they've had a lot of hurtful, rude things to say in the comments.
I was one of them.
Oh, yeah. Well, it wasn't you, though. When we're talking about the that's talking about the live-action TV series. And I think our problem
Oh,
that-
yeah. No, that wasn't me then. I'm all for the sister being Starfire.
I think the problem that we have is it doesn't represent you or her well. How do you feel when you look at that show and what we've seen so far?
Wait a minute, Tom. Let me ask you. You talking about Teen Titans Go or Teen
Well,
Titans the live action?
She brought up the live action. So
Gotcha,
I'm like,
yeah.
let me just.
Yeah.
When you look at the live action show, how do you feel that represents you?
I don't feel like it's a great representation when it comes to the live action version, due to the fact that I have no problem with the person that they chose to do it, because she's wonderful, she's beautiful, but I feel like things that were out of her control, such as her hair and her outfit, which I know the fur coat thing I'm hoping isn't included, but
It might have been chilly that day.
things were a little tacky far as
Wait a minute, hold on. On your planet, there's tacky?
She learned that. That was the first
well,
word you
I
learned.
think as a female on this planet for long enough, that's a word that I had to fit into my grammar.
Got you. Okay, all right. Well, listen, I'm saying you from Detroit. I mean, you tacky is definitely out there.
Yeah.
I mean, you get the Crenshaw swap meet fur coat.
I
and-
was a model.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
Would
she-
not be
Yes, I
surprised,
Did she just
right?
read me the resume?
I'm like,
she was.
Yes, I
Get-
was a model. I
it
feel
does
like
make
I
sense.
should be represented a little better when
Yeah,
it
no, it
comes
does
to
make sense.
clothes and hair.
Well, now, Tom, can I jump in with a question?
Please.
Now, I know two types of Starfire. I know.
She's radioactive.
I don't want to get. No, I'm not going to
in
get
more
beamed.
than one way.
Yes.
I listen. I know two types of Starfire. I know the very young, innocent, Teen Titans Go Starfire, which is so sweet and love
That's
puppies
a lie.
to puppies and kittens. But then there's the grown Starfire, the woman Starfire.
That is a grown behind woman.
That has the perm blowout and like 70% of her body exposed. Today you came in modest, and we appreciate it.
No, we don't.
We appreciate it.
We don't.
We're a family.
We're a family.
Family.
Listen,
Thinking about the family.
Disney. If you ever want to pick us up, we are so family friendly. We are.
Your kids should be in bed by now. Anyway.
Listen, those little niglets can watch our show.
I don't think that was family oriented.
Whoa, you ain't been to my family's house. Listen, hey, you little niggas, get to bed. What's wrong with you? Me and your auntie want to talk after dinner. Anyway.
Save us, Starfire.
Save us. Dick Grayson just stood up.
Oh no.
Which version do you think most well represents the type of Starfire that you would like presented to the world? That half naked Starfire, which is a strong heroine. No, it's still a strong.
Man, when you say half, you
she is half naked, bro. It only covers the nips. I'm just saying.
That's a loaded
Well,
question.
in my defense, my people don't really have these requirements and
That is true,
covering
yeah.
up. It's natural.
We've got to take a trip abroad. It's imperative that we learn about other cultures and have insight on other people's takes on things.
Is it worth your house?
No.
Exactly.
I'll
'Cause
keep
you
my
gonna come
behind
back-
on Earth.
You're going to come back to half a house. half a car. Half a paycheck. All right. Do you mind that the TV Starfire is African American? Because obviously we don't have any orange people.
Oh, of course not. I don't know if you've noticed, but I feel like as you call them, the black people, they represent how my image a lot more
Gotcha.
clearly to me.
All right. Well, I just wanted to make sure that we were addressing it because it was such a controversy a couple weeks ago.
And not to say that others can't as
I
well,
thought the
but
Polynesians could, you know.
yeah, they're different. I feel like the people
Yeah.
who have more of the tone, because
Right.
it's easier. You don't have to do all of the body paint,
Right.
which not to really. But then at the same time, there's also ways to display your character without you having to get involved in.
That's true. Skin tone isn't everything
skin tone
for the
as
character.
well.
I have to admit, you know what? It was interesting because when you came in here today,
Okay.
I was like, I wonder how orange she will be. But if you were a black woman,
Yeah, you tone
you
down.
would be like the legit perfect complexion for Starfire,
You're pretty close.
the image,
Yeah.
without actual body paint,
Yeah.
which is impressive.
Yeah, it is.
If you were a black woman,
If.
which she's not.
Now, I looked over your biography. You were already naturally strong and pretty invulnerable and could fly. And then you were taken by aliens who experimented with you and for some reason gave you incredible energy powers. Where can I meet these aliens?
Well, we could start with.
Do
this.
not tell Tom.
I
'cause
need energy
he,
powers.
He will not be as kind as you.
I will not. I will rule with an iron fist.
Tom is the epitome of an evil genius.
I don't think they would want to listen to someone from Earth.
Oh, wait a minute.
I
Hold
don't care
on.
for your
That was the equivalent of get out of here, darky.
Planetism.
We won't get powers.
Placism.
We won't get powers to you.
Yeah, I honestly, yeah. How do you view humans? Because we're essentially weaker than you.
A lot. There's no essential.
Well, obviously, my relationship with Dick, I actually.
I could not hear that first
Why
name
does
without
everyone
cracking up.
giggle about that?
I don't know.
The man's name is Richard.
Yeah.
Richard. Hey, Richard.
No,
Richard.
the man's name is Dick. His mama call him Dick. I'ma call him Dick. Go ahead.
Call him
Please
Dick
continue to
all
talk
the
about Dick.
time.
Okay. Okay.
Well, due to my relationship that everyone knows about with him, I obviously look up to, I admire how well humans who don't have powers can use their own strength and will to fight against stronger foes.
I appreciate that.
I just want to tap in from our chat. Mark Carter says that he feels like he's watching an episode of The Bald and the Beautiful.
Well, he's half right.
Listen,
he's just watching The
about
Bald.
me.
it's very shiny in here.
This guy with his jokes.
I know, isn't he
Jokes
a
in, jokes in, jokes
He's
in,
a
jokes.
terrible human being. And he's one of the reasons why we can't get superpowers down here. Mark Carter.
Let me ask you. All right, so you grow up, in your whole beginning of your life, you're being prepared to rule over a planet, and then all of a sudden you end up being a slave. How hard is it to go from one extreme to another mentally and stay positive?
Well, as you know, I have a strong spirit that cannot be broken.
Right.
Very similar to black people.
I see.
You guys have been bored a lot, and you still keep going and striving and prospering, and that's exactly how I am.
No. She's 100% right.
She's half right.
No. She listen. Look, Crab. Let the Tamaranian say some good things about the black race for once. Tom's like the only non-Republican Republican I know.
Don't you take it? You take it back, Ricky Bobby. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Well, in your experience, since you've been here on Earth, what do you think is one of the defining qualities of human beings as a whole? Because you've seen the good and the bad. You've seen the worst of the worst, enslaved and fighting some of the worst evils that have been here on Earth, and you've been there with Beast Boy and Dick Grayson and those guys, and you see the goodness in their heart. What do you think is a defining quality of humans?
I feel like a defining quality of humans would be that they're able to learn and grow if they have the right experiences. If they run into the right people to motivate them, they can do better and become better. If they have the knowledge while growing up that inspire them to be good people, then they can do that. They can learn so much. They're able to take in and absorb so much knowledge. Have you seen the children lately? They're just so... every day they surprise me.
Talk about it. Tell me about what is it about the children of Earth that we should take from it? Because honestly, I usually just kick them and go. So.
Oh no! If you raise and nurture a child properly, they can grow up to do so many great things.
Wait, what's it? Wait a minute, that's not a word that black males.
The only person that can nurture in this room is Addison.
Yeah. No, seriously. Addison comes from a lovely 2-parent family, a beautiful home, a Christian-based home, one that taught him morals and morality. They loved him. He kissed him ever so gently on his forehead every night, and he had siblings, and he still got the proper attention.
Rest of us.
Now me and Tom.
Nope.
We was raised by some colored folk.
That's why you have what you have today. All the superheroes out here that we know of.
Hey,
Dick Grayson.
Yeah, why Dick?
Really?
Like really?
Seriously. You're surrounded by icons. Like you're surrounded by Superman, and sometimes he was single. Captain Marvel. He's an optimist.
And she could beat Lois. She could definitely beat Lois. I mean, Dick Grayson is the Value City Batman. So
I'm not sure. You got like Robin.
Starfire wanted to laugh at that, but she didn't.
You can get Frog if you want to, but Red Hood across the street.
Dick, stop. Look.
Red Hood across the street. You don't want that smoke.
Bro, you got electric batons. Stop that. I got a 9mm in my pocket. Let's not do that.
You know. It's a mismatch.
He was a spicy one.
Is that so? Yeah, what is it about Dick Grayson that appeals to you? Because I just don't understand the Dollar Tree Batman.
Martian Manhunter can turn into anybody you want.
I really need you to refrain from calling him.
I call him like I see him, Starfire, and I'm not seeing it.
You
can do better.
I see it, but I see it. I look. Everyone's looking at all of these other men that you named. There's not really any value to them if everyone else wants them, as far as I'm concerned.
You know what you did?
I want
you went
different.
in the clearance rack. You went in the clearance rack and you were like, this bag of peanuts that expired 3 months ago, this is my bag of peanuts.
I see the great in him. He is not a bag of peanuts.
Well, I agree with Sassy. I mean, The
With
man
who?
was trained.
I'm sorry, with who? With
Starfire.
Thank you.
Our superhero.
See, when
in
niggas come
the
late.
Could
studio
you
right
guys
now.
just call me Corey?
Oh.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I didn't think we were that intimate. I didn't want to get in trouble.
You know,
I mean,
we kept the formal.
you are royalty. I can't just,
you know. Isn't there like a
You're
rule
all
against that?
friends now. We're our
That is true.
family.
We broke it in. All
Yeah.
right. I know a princess, y'all. Y'all said I would never be nothing. Look at me now.
Listen, I'm gonna be asking you to cash at me some money pretty soon. So since we're so close, Corey.
But I need to also ask you something else. I look at your Titans lineup.
Yes.
It's you. It's Raven. It's Donna Troy.
Beast.
Why do you need anyone else? You have Nightwing and Beast Boy. Like, what occasion you have Wonder Woman, Raven, and you're like, I need someone that can turn into a dog because I can't reach this newspaper. Like, what do you need the other people for?
Yeah, that is a really good point.
Well, the Teen Titans stick together. It's supposed to be a nice haven to raise and grow and nurture from, and that's
So y'all
what
needed
I'm all
friends.
about. So
What
I would
does
never.
Nightwing do? What is it that he can do that you can't?
It's not about that. It's what he can contribute. It's just like
don't know.
if you're a baker and you bake very well, you're gonna need helping hands. You can't do everything on your own.
I'm not sure what he can do that none of you can't. You
So-
have Donna Troy.
So you're saying that
Like,
Dick
if you're
Grayson
baking-
makes great bread?
Yes.
If you're baking, right, on this side, you have Donna Troy, who is Wonder Woman. And on the other side, you have a guy in a powder blue jumpsuit with an electric baton.
But who doesn't want someone there that can turn into a whole elephant? That's always
That is
gonna
kinda
be
cool.
astonishing.
I would go drinking with Beast Boy. That's different.
That's the comic relief alone.
Yeah. All right, you got a good argument for Beast Boy because he turns into a green elephant.
Beast Boy's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it. I just don't. And the honest truth is, if you had Raven, like if you guys really got in trouble, you could call her dad.
Oh yes.
I don't
I think we
we wanna
touched
talk
on
about
this earlier,
But
but I
nobody-
think we would save that as a last resort.
It would be a last resort, but the conflict would be over.
I mean, we can we go to Cyborg first before we go straight to Trigon?
No,
Yeah,
Steel.
there are other
Steel,
options.
What's Steel going to do?
Stop it! No, Cyborg is much better than Steel.
No, I'm saying Steel's on the team.
I'm about to say like
Steel's on the team. Like, exactly. You see the way he said it? He was like, Steel. He said it like I was talking about K-Swisses instead of Nikes.
K-Swisses are. Gary V has a pair of K-Swiss that are very nice. Oh, he spit.
Oh, and also touching on Dick, he has a lot of. Oh God, I don't get it. Why is this so funny?
We have this word in the English language called immaturity, and we are abounded. We are abundant in such immaturity.
I was doing so good, but he can't hold it together.
So yes, please, touching on.
I'm sorry, Your Majesty.
Yeah, touching on Dick. Continue.
He has a lot of insight and intelligence to offer to the team, also that we don't always have available.
He is Dollar Tree Batman,
All
which
right.
I'm just saying, it's still got some value for its buck, but it is cheap.
I really
He's
wouldn't
really
like
hard.
to compare him to a man who thinks that his sidekicks are playthings or
Whoa,
toys
whoa.
to be replaced
Hold on.
every
That's true.
time
Now,
something
wait a
happens
minute.
on
Bruce
the-
Wayne is a friend of the show, and let's not
He's not
even.
a friend of anybody.
I think Richard Grayson
Bruce
has expressed some opinions.
Oh, you good? So you're not
Our
going to call him Dick?
princess.
You went right to Richard Grayson.
Real talk. I think Bruce is autistic. Real talk.
How do you think Damien ended up the way he is?
Oh, man, so
Ooh,
you're
and
go-
Jason.
hold on.
She might have something.
So wait a minute. That actually opens up a new door because
man.
you figure Dick and you must have.
He can't. He literally,
Dick,
this is the worst interview ever.
Dick and yourself must have some intimate
It's
conversations.
like a South Park interview.
We're never getting picked up by Disney.
Oh no, we weren't.
Dick Grayson and yourself must have had some serious intimate conversations about the Bat
Batman,
family.
yeah,
The Bat
yeah.
family. I'm talking about Damien, Jason Todd. I mean, what's some juicy tidbits that we might not know?
Well, she can't tell us.
What,
Right?
well, now she can't. Now you've warned her. She's a Tamarinian.
That's true. They are.
They're
open.
very open to conversation.
You can kiss me and tell me.
And
That
it
doesn't
got
work
weird.
like that.
The language thing. You explained it. Go ahead.
Just
Nice try, buddy.
languages.
Not on Earth, buddy. You go to Tamaranian for all of that.
I'm not that gullible.
It was look in Earth. We have a saying that's called "shoot your shot."
The thoughts and views of Thomas More do not reflect that of head nerds in charge. As a matter of fact,
Thank
if
you.
anybody else would like a new
Shoot
job,
your shot, fellas.
if anybody
Shoot
would like
it.
a job,
Kobe. Kobe. Go ahead.
No, you lead that one in. 'Cause
Okay. All right. So yeah, did you learn anything about Batman that we don't know? Maybe there's a tender side we don't know about.
I mean, there was a moment that it did express to one of his Robins. I believe it was I'm not sure if it was Red Hood or not,
Right.
but
Robin number 5.
yes,
Jason
that-
Snowball and the Simpsons.
there's so many of them. But he had a moment of expression that he wouldn't ever turn him away or have him leave, that if he ever left, it would be solely up to him, which in his own little way says that I love you without saying I actually love you. I believe
So-
maybe it
Yeah, I
was
don't
Jason.
think.
So basically,
Dick
Batman
Grayson
is a
doesn't
Black Dead.
Yeah, I don't know if Batman has feelings.
I told you.
He wouldn't replace them all the time if he didn't have feelings. I feel like
He
he's
sounds like the dad
able
from
to get the
Shine.
job done on his own.
If you leave,
Yeah, I agree with
If
you.
you leave,
Bob.
you will be
I mean,
punished.
I'm sorry. I truly think that he could get the job done on his own. But I think Dick and Bruce have the strongest relationship, though, right?
And
I mean, because
What-
Damien's kind of a douche.
I like
yeah,
Damien.
he is. But I do like his feisty attitude.
He was raised by the League of Assassins. What do you
Wait
want
a
from
minute.
him?
Hold on. Now, I gotta call you on your Tamaranian hypocrisy.
No.
Radioactive, brother.
Listen.
She's really strong.
Radioactive.
Really strong.
Listen, look, I got this. How can you be all kittens, puppies, and love, but still admire Damien's spunk because he's a cold-blooded killer from top to bottom?
It can be useful sometimes when you get into certain situations.
Yes. So sometimes people got to go.
I may not agree upon it, but sometimes I'm not against it as long as it's not me.
Right.
That's like a Trump
That's
voter.
pretty practical. I wouldn't put that on anybody. Well, look, thanks for your time. It's been wonderful talking to you. And you didn't kill us, which is always a huge
Yes,
plus.
and that's always
I
a plus.
never do that.
We're gonna, if you want to stick around, there's a segment that we're having later about people that dress up to look like superheroes. We're gonna try to get into their mind in a little bit. After this break, the warden's gonna
Who
play a
would do
couple
such a
songs for
thing?
us. It's interesting sort of thing, you know. It seems uncomfortable.
It is
Yeah.
interesting.
I imagine that plenty of people want to pretend they were Starfire in their spare time because.
Yeah, Starfire, you're
that
kind of
one.
awesome.
That would be,
Thank
yeah.
you. I'm so
By the way, do
flattered.
you actually work at NASA?
No, I do not, but I'm very interested in it.
Got you. So you're a
Technically,
fraud.
yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go to break, and we're going to play a couple
I
tunes.
know
and
what that word means.
okay, we're definitely cut the feed. All right, we're out of here. Play a couple songs. I'm gonna hope she doesn't burn me to death.
It might happen.
You were late. Shut up.
I feel my hands heating.
Once again, it's on. Welcome back to PCRadioLive.com. We are the head nerds in charge. This is your boy Nemo. To my left is Average Joe. To my right, Sassy Shelton, who replaced the Princess Starfire.
Who is this woman?
Where did
And-
you come from, right?
To her right, the King Kurt. Let's get into it because we're so honored to have you here as a cosplayer. We had two guests today for our first guest show. We had two guests, and we're so happy to have you here representing the cosplay community. So welcome.
Thank you. Who was this other guest earlier?
Hey, you asking too many questions.
It's the reason the seat's hot.
Yo, we got Starfire and Dick up out of here. They was tripping. It was a lot going on.
Yo, she abuses that dude. You can't tell me.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, she was nice for a second, and then it got pretty heated.
It got heated, and he ain't gonna win many arguments with that.
No,
you
not at all.
can't mess with a woman 50 times stronger than you.
That's very
And you
true.
got a baton.
And radioactive.
You
Yeah.
can't mess with women, period.
Oh, there you go.
Girl
That's
power.
Spoken like a true single woman.
Oh, she's not single.
Oh, you're not single?
No, I am not.
Oh,
He is actually home listening to me right now.
oh no, her boyfriend was just like, "What is the call-in number? I know this nigga ain't just
Tom,
saying
this is Nemo. If you got something to say to him about.
Listen,
him.
Sassy's boyfriend. The call-in number is 877-226-0998, and the gentleman that made such comments is named Nemo. If you would like to give him,
What's up, man?
We're talking to you, Dad.
if you would like to give him a piece of your mind,
This is Terrence Howard, man. What's up, man?
you know a Negro is nervous when he gets right into a Terrence Howard impression, completely out of
Sounds
left.
like he's about to cry.
Like that. Sassy is very
What
sassy.
you want, man?
So Sassy, let me ask you this. I mean, yes, the ruse is up, and we've got this amazing cosplaying queen sitting next to us, and she was so gracious to allow herself to be the first guest on our show.
Thank you for that, by the way. That's
Did an amazing job. Genuinely did an amazing job. What does it mean to be?
Thank you.
Yeah, everyone else,
No, matter of fact, clap it up for her, cause we appreciate you.
everyone else robbed the studio and left.
That's terrible.
Trust me.
That's
You
why
got
we
people
couldn't.
from North End?
I can tell you right now, ain't nobody
Yeah.
coming up in PC Radio and robbing nothing.
That's
walk-
that's why we couldn't offer you pretzels. They took them.
Oh, wow.
But let me ask you, what does it mean specifically to you? Because you come from two marginalized demographics. You're a person of color, and you're a woman. So first, let's take being a person of color that cosplays. What are some of the challenges you've experienced?
Well, challenges that I've experienced a lot of my challenges, and I know there are people do have a lot of stories about things that have happened, but for me, most of my experiences have come from like personal struggles that I have, like far as when it's time to do makeup, because I'm like, there's 50 trillion different tutorials on YouTube about makeup for cosplay, and then when you go on them, they're just like pale, and then you
Not for you little pickaninny.
and then I'm just like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do? So then I have to go and like look at some stuff of some, and they're always kind of like beginner tutorials when you find some that are people of color. So that's something I hope changes eventually. I want to change it when I get better at makeup, but
How hard is it? Because when you're a person of color, you have fewer characters to cosplay as.
oh no, you don't.
All right.
Really?
Set
Because
us
I've
straight
actually
on
found
that.
that to be the opposite.
Yeah, no, because like there's so many different options, and just because you don't have the like skin tone thing
Okay,
going
that's what
on,
you're
there's
saying.
other ways to display a character besides that.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So you
Yeah.
don't have a problem. Let's just say, I mean, you cosplay a Starfire.
Right.
She's from an alien race, and she's orange. So, and essentially, it's not a stretch.
Right.
But would you have trepidation cosplaying as somebody who was Caucasian?
Right.
No, I've done it before.
Okay, so then that's why you're saying no, it's not a stretch for me because I don't know cosplays.
Make it work.
So I'm assuming, okay, are you just stuck to playing characters your race or outside of your race? But I don't know what the spirit is.
Oh no, I've done plenty of different things. Like one of them that I did, Koru Neko from I think it's a Remo.
Okay.
Anime, right?
Yeah, and
Because I've seen some of your cosplay online.
yeah, she's like in a maid
But not on
costume.
Instagram.
She's a lowly, which unfortunately I hate to say this publicly because we are frowned upon, but I happen to be semi-lowly con, so
What does
but
that
that's so this is, you know, the really small characters in the anime, they have like, they're just flat-chested and they look like some little kid, but then there's always some drastic backstory sometimes, not all the time, to where
I
they're
was not
like,
familiar
oh,
with this.
she's like 30, but she's really small, and they'll kind of make them a little skimpy. I'm kind of, yeah.
No. You're actually educating us.
I had no
really?
idea what you're
So
talking
you
about.
didn't know about
I
that?
don't
No,
watch
hip
any-
us to the game.
I don't know
Oh
anything about
wow,
anime.
there's a whole bunch of stuff that you talk about in that subject, but we are frowned upon. But Yeah.
But why? Wait, hold on.
Could you break this down?
Sassy, we've got time.
Oh boy, I brought that up.
Yeah,
no, I'm like,
I
don't know what you're talking about.
myself into a corner here. So, yeah, it's frowned upon mostly because there's like a thin line of that and then pedophilia. So
wait.
Oh, so wait, hold on. Let me. So, for anybody listening,
okay,
and I'm gonna try to surmise what you're saying.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
You're saying when cosplaying as someone from anime, because the character is depicted as young, or
yeah,
like
exactly. And the thing is that I feel like if you have a way of depicting fictional from reality, then it may not cross that line. But I mean, for some people,
it's a big
which
deal.
I am not one of those people.
Okay.
It might go into some darker places, but it can go there, as most things from Japan can go there.
Yes,
Yeah,
there is no bottom to how bad it can get.
Japanese humor and culture is just different from ours, and so some things over there might not translate.
Well, once she said pedophilia, I was like, I instantly gasped. Like, wait,
Because there are
How
some
could
dark
something
turns.
so-
Yeah, they could go there. People, there's some art. There's some dark places online of that, and it could go in the wrong place.
That is
but
one thing I will
still.
say.
Curtis Brown doesn't visit any of those
There are
sites. And
those-
anyone
The internet
from the
can
federal
make
government is
anything dirty.
listening.
Yeah, there are those.
Like they
of
got a
us-
porno after Bugs Bunny? Like who
Oh,
making
yeah,
the choices?
see, but there's always some dark corner for all animation. But
That is true.
Yeah,
Really,
There's-
Sasha?
yeah.
Sasha, you a furry? Really, Sasha?
Wow.
I'm these comments. I'm watching the stream.
who's Sasha?
Sasha is on our stream.
Yeah.
She's one of our faithful listeners.
Oh, that's
audience members, we're
Sasha.
on
I know that
Facebook.com.
Sasha.
Oh,
She said
The
she's
supportive
She said
Sasha
Team
that's
Furry
had my
all day.
back.
She says she got the bear
There you
suit from The
go.
Shining.
But see, I never understood
You're a
that
good
because
friend.
if you're not familiar with a furry is a person who dresses up in a basically a fur getup and engages in adult behavior, and that's the best way that I'll describe it for our G-rated Disney show.
And some people frown upon that too, but I'm just like, as long as you can keep a separation of things, and it's perfectly
Look,
cool
that's
if
in
you're
between.
not
As
harming
long as you're
anybody.
consensual furries, you know.
I never thought in my lifetime of doing this radio show that we would get to the point of saying those two words together, consensual furries.
Well, I would.
Oh,
It beats the opposite. Non-consensual furries. No, get the costume off. I don't want to be a bear.
Jesus, Bill Cosby, wherever you are, we're praying for you.
We're praying for
Boy.
But now, okay. So, as a person of color, you've broken through those barriers, and you have no issue cosplaying as whomever you please, which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. That's
Now,
nice.
as a woman, though, which is just as marginalized a demographic in this world, have you had issue with men? How do I phrase this?
What issues have you faced as a female cosplayer
There you go.
that maybe we don't understand as men? And you're like, you have no idea what I have to go through just to enjoy this.
Well, it's funny you bring that up. And once again, this is another thing like the race subject. Where
Okay.
Most of my problems that I have, like far as being a female, come from my normal everyday life, and I actually get more comfort when in the cosplay community as being a female than in the outside world. I
Okay.
mean, don't get me wrong. I've had my weird moments, like when I dressed up as Harley Quinn. And
Oh yeah, that'll
Yeah.
that'll
That
get-
scratches it.
that'll-
That's a lot of dudes.
Listen, that'll get the geeks giblets going. I can promise you.
yeah, it was really odd. This guy, he was dressed up as Batman, and he just comes by and he's just like near my ear, like, I'm Batman. And then he just like kisses me on the cheek and walks away, and I'm like, wow, okay.
That is just creepy.
that just happened.
Now, to me, that's scary.
That's very creepy. No, that's
no,
creepy.
no. And I'm not trying to. Obviously, you may have possibly took it in stride, because if you had screamed at the top of your lungs and said rape, that would have been an awkward con.
Yeah, it really would have been. And I mean, speaking about how you had Starfire here, I actually find myself pretty similar to her in her personality. So for the most part, I like to try and keep things cordial.
Right.
If I can find other solutions to
But if not, there's a
problems,
stiletto
but-
up your sleeve.
But if it has to go there, and personal boundaries are crossed,
See, yeah, because I mean,
I
well,
keeps the 9mm.
Well, so in any in any situation, nobody should cross personal boundaries.
No, of course
Yeah,
not.
of
Right,
course.
yeah,
Probably
because
experience that more.
because I just want
outside
to.
of the cosplay environment.
Oh yeah,
than-
I do. Every day you walk
Really?
up the street and it's just somebody reaching out, grabbing you,
Groping
touching you. Yeah, and
Where is this? I don't, you know.
just
Don't
walking up
understand.
Woodland
Awful.
Avenue. So
Woodland, oh, wait. This is stuff I don't understand.
Woodland Avenue will do it.
You're
Yeah,
going
well.
down the street every day, and people will reach out and try to grope you.
yeah, you've had those people who's just like, hey, girl in the pink, hey, I know you hear me talking to you, hey,
Yeah.
and then they just reach out and they touch you, or you had those people who won't even say anything first, and they just reach out and grab you like a little caress in your arm, and you just like,
Oh, my
and I
goodness.
had to stop one day and actually turn around and like, hey, like, do I know you? Do
Right.
you know me? And he's just like, no. So, personal space, like, you don't just grab women. That's not how you get what you want. Oh, it was an accident. No,
It wasn't
yeah,
no
that was
accident.
no accident. But just so you know, because you might get something that you don't want one day when you do that to the wrong person.
You get a hot one in your behind. You know what? I, honestly, and we, mind you, this is at times can be very male dominated show
Yeah, I
because
times.
at times because there's three bald black men on the show at all times, and no, having a female perspective is always humbling because when we hear some of the stories, or some of the horror stories, or even the positive ones, we always got to kind of take a step back and
there's
be like,
some stuff you're like.
does that really happen?
The essential problem with guys is that if you're not careful, you think because I don't do it, no one's doing it.
Right.
So you sit
Yeah.
there and you go, I don't grope women, so this isn't happening, and that's just not the case.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, if any women are listening, our calling number is 877-226-0998. We want to hear about you guys' experiences. The same, you could talk to Sassy and kind of swap stories. I mean, we don't want to get it too dark, but by all means, we really
This could take a turn.
Yes, I would love to talk to you.
Yeah,
wherever you are.
talk about. Go ahead, listen. I told you this one. She's a good one. But I'm because honestly, we don't have the opportunity to have these kind of conversations because although the geek community, like I said, when I got the opportunity to cosplay, they were so welcoming and nice. But that was the male perspective. Now, if I came in there as Starfire and not Sassy's version of Starfire,
But Starfire.
but the skimpier version of Starfire.
No, that's just Starfire.
If you want to get a gist of what I'm talking about, just Google the name Starfire Teen Titans, and you'll see what her original getup looks like. You walk down the street in that thing. Trust and believe. We got to call her
looking
on the
like
line.
Apollonia.
That's even better. We got to call her on the line. Caller, you're here with the head nerds in charge and Sassy. Let's talk about it. How are you?
I'm good.
Hey, how you doing? If you can, could you turn your radio down in the background?
Yep. One second.
That's all right. I know you Netflix and chilling.
All right. So, better.
So who are we on the line with?
You're on the line with Sassy's boyfriend. I believe you're.
I already knew.
She was like, I know exactly.
She
who
texted
that
him,
is.
like, get me out of this.
Oh no.
He won't get his hand off my leg.
This wasn't planned.
Sassy's boyfriend. Listen, bro, we've been talking to her, and apparently, she's had some crazy experience as
Man,
a
you're going to have to
cosplayer.
handle some business on Woodland Avenue.
You might have to come down to the station because we didn't even know. So a few of us didn't know that she was already taken. So tell me, how is it with having a cosplaying woman?
It's great. To have a relationship with a woman that can be very open-minded and very experimental with different types of themes and different types of source material is great. Yeah, but share those types of things with each other.
Now, I gotta ask you, who and then you keep it 100, and I don't care that she's here. Who's the bigger geek, you or her? Come on, don't be scared. Don't be scared. No,
Can
no,
I
no.
answer that question? I can answer that
It
question.
was good. She gonna answer?
Yes, she is.
Yeah, he is 100%.
She was like, I'll answer for
Yeah.
him.
She really did.
That's what drew me to him, was the fact that he had a lot of this. Now I'm like, I need you to feed me all of your knowledge.
So basically, y'all kind of did the Goku Vegeta thing and kind of merged. your powers together. Fusion. Yes, you did a fusion dance. Have y'all cosplayed as in a couple format?
You could go as conjoined twins.
Well, let's just pass Otacon. She did the Starfire cosplay that was weirdly similar to the Starfire you have on the show.
I know, right?
At Otacon, just as past couple of weeks ago.
And who'd you go as?
I was Red Hood. So depending on how I was Red Hood. So depending on how you view the relationship.
He was like, I was a Robin. That still counts.
I actually like Red Hood for Starfire better than Dick. Yeah.
You know what? Real quick, I want to ask you. You guys were down at Otacon, and there was a little heat down there with the less than cordial people who also had a rally in conjunction with Otacon. The Nazis. Yeah,
I didn't realize.
They were. Yeah, they had Otacon, and then they had also Nazi rally.
How were their costumes?
They of course, they always come in the greatest cosplays.
Yeah.
But did you guys run into any issues down there at Otacon?
Oh, the anti-diversity, fucking, no. No. In fact, the security at the event was, let's see, frustratingly on point.
So they were so good, they made it difficult for you.
Yes, for everyone. In fact, the Saturday, if you got there early enough, it wasn't that big of a deal. But if you tried to leave out to catch some lunch, catch some dinner, and then go back in, you were greeted with maybe a block and a half line back into
starved that day.
Towards the beginning.
Wow! You know that's.
So they made sure. Yeah, they stopped entry points. I'm under the impression it might have been like a different pass from people that was just legitimately using the hotel for just business purposes outside of the convention.
I guess it's kind of like one of those necessary evils.
Yeah, it really is. Because the other options, if you had Nazis overrun an auditorium
full of cosplay,
there just couldn't be worse.
I mean, you got aliens and
it's so conflicting. I thought that was like the craziest thing ever, to where it's just like you have these people who are anti anything to joining, and then you have these people who are like, hey, yay, everybody together power, and then it's just like those two things clash so horribly.
So the anti-diversity seniority group.
Right.
Well, if you're so inclined, maybe we can have you hang on the line, because we're going to have your girlfriend play the head nerds in charge heroes and villains game. So great to hear. What was your name again?
Yvonne,
pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, because what we're going to do, we're going to let you go because we're about to get up out of here, but we're going to play this game real quick. Thank you for calling in.
Yeah.
And by all means,
no problem.
If somebody gropes your girl down on Woodland Ave, you just call us up. We're 2.5 large black men. And we got your back, bro.
We're two angry married dudes. So the sheer amount of rage that I can command when I need to, unbelievable.
No worries. You on squad right now.
I will stomp a mud hole in them and walk it dry.
It's one of those things when I'm with her that when say someone else, that happens as a rarity. Is generally when she's alone.
Yeah, of course. So
she had never been approached in that type of way when we were together. But say if it were to hypothetically happen if we were together, that things would be. I would introduce them to the floor, and
you should see the way she's blushing. Oh, that's
I'm so flattered.
When your man would lump a dude for you.
You want to send him some love before we hang up?
She
started blushing.
You did good up there, girl. I heard you. You look good.
Wait. Use his real name. Use the name you really use for him real quick.
I always call him Dev.
Oh, I thought we were expecting like Huggy Bottom or something.
Huggy Bear.
I don't know. I've never been one to, when I text him, I might use nicknames. I always call them Sweetums all the time when I text him.
That would be it. All right, Sweetums.
That's so Starfire. All right, bro. Thank you for calling in.
It was a nice show, guys. Keep it up.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
I was just going to say, what I do gather, though, from listening to both of you talk, and from what I've heard from Kurt about his first experience, is that even though there's challenges, you probably have a lot of fun a lot of fun cosplaying. And there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of advantages and thrills to it too.
Bro, when you get your first experience of a kid running up to you and they look at you like they didn't call me Mr. They Cleveland. Cleveland, do the song. And I'm like, hold on, let me YouTube it real quick.
Right.
But and honestly, as Starfire, I'm pretty sure she gives that strong image, that strong imagery, and especially in a modest, it sets a tone. You get what I mean? And it's a beautiful thing to see.
I'm just going to be honest with you. I think your dignity is holding back your cosplay.
My dignity. Oh, because
Heroes
you
and
want to
nerds, let's
see
get to the game.
naked Starfire.
Please, we advocate for fully clothed Starfire on the show.
We do not.
Yes,
You're
we
lying.
do.
Stop lying to him. You ordered the code red.
So
Yes, I did it.
and we'll never have another guest.
We will. Never. Yeah. Look.
Listen, guys. So for every cosplay guest, now we talked about it, and we're going to be inviting cosplayers into the show as often as we can because this is basically a geek show. So we want to cosplay. We want to highlight the people who are out here cosplaying, but we give everybody the opportunity to become one of the head nerds in charge by playing our game called Beat the Geek.
That's not in the literal sense.
So Sassy, are you up for the challenge?
Yes, I'm always up for the challenge.
Let's get it. Let me explain the rules to you briefly. Sassy, you have two options right now. I hold in my hand a sealed envelope sealed by one of our interns who essentially have placed 5 categories in this envelope. In each one of those categories is 5 questions.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, there's still some type of dramatic music should be playing. But in this envelope is the game.
Oh.
You can either challenge one of the head nerds in charge specifically, either me, Nemo, or Average Joe. Based on the conversations that we had, maybe you could be able to eye one of our weaknesses. You can either directly challenge us, or we can open up this envelope and you can pick the subject. But if you pick the envelope, we get to deliberate and pick which one of us would be best represented in the subject to challenge you. Have the hard task of either challenging one of the head nerds in charge or opening the envelope and picking the subject. Which do you pick?
Ooh, I'm gonna challenge one of you.
Oh, out the gate, she's getting feisty. I like it.
One of us sweet, huh?
Sassafras. All right, Sassy, who do you think you want to challenge and beat the geek?
Ha 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 ha. I'm gonna go with you.
Average Joe for the first challenge.
She went after the weakest gazelle.
Just bit him on the haunch.
All right.
Why does it have to be the weakest?
This straggler. Let's get it.
Gotta raise
Even
it.
better. So here is the game. I'm going to give you a bell.
Okay.
And Sassy, you get a bell.
Okay.
You get a bell. And you get a bell.
So the first to ring in is going to be the one to be able to answer the question first. If you do not get that answer correctly, it does defer to the second person for an opportunity to win.
Okay.
Addison, she has selected you, Average Joe,
Average
the challenge.
Joe.
So you get to pick the
so average when I do this.
Yeah, it's gonna be an average game. You get to pick the subject in which you guys will battle in.
Alex, what are my options?
I'm about to tell you, Sugar. You got anime, black sitcoms, 90s cartoons, video games, comic book movies. Addison, you have 5 subjects to pick from. Which subject do you choose?
I think the thing I'm geekiest about and would give me the best chance at winning
Of course.
is comic book movies.
Yes.
Interesting. Hey, we're in here,
You
so
stepped
let me
in.
go to comic book movies.
As you can clearly tell by my face, I'm not amused.
to start us off.
Hold on a second.
Yes, by all means, Addison. You might have a change of mind.
I might.
Are you double clutching?
How many questions are there per subject? Just
5.
5 questions.
Yeah, you got to get
subject.
whoever gets the first 3 questions.
Yeah.
Now, mind you,
You already did it.
mind you,
Don't back out.
if
Calm
she
down.
if she gets if she beats Addison, she joins the ranks of the head nerds in charge and becomes an actual superhero. She gets to pick her own superhero name and get entered into the halls and the annals as one of
Don't
the
mispronounce
first.
The annals of fame.
As one of the first female cosplaying guests and one of the first winners of the game.
It's more
But
than
if
I
she
got.
loses,
But if she loses,
she
The pit of ignominy.
She joins our rogues gallery of villains.
I see. So I have had a change of heart.
All right.
Okay.
And it ain't because I'm scared. Comic book movies is my strength. But I'm not scared of nothing.
Ooh,
Anime.
it's a lot of. Did you just say
You
anime?
heard what I said.
You
fam.
just challenged me to a weeb off.
If y'all don't know
Put some
this,
respect.
anime. No. Y'all gotta understand the epicness of what this man did. He didn't take his strength.
Nope.
He went with her strength.
You know what he just did in boxing? He's fighting in Puerto Rico with 3 Puerto Rican judges, and he says, "I'm not going for the decision."
And he's a
I'm gonna knock
Southie.
him out.
He's a Southie, and he just went right-handed.
Oh, God.
Addison, thank you for allowing her into the annals.
Not.
So, let's get this started.
I want a good, clean fight, man.
Hands over buzzers. Question 1: which anime features the hero All Might? Sassy.
That is going to be My Hero Academia.
Question 1 goes to the lady.
I was going to say that. She just beat me to the bell.
You're
Let's go.
terrible.
You had no chance. You had no chance.
Question 2: hands over buzzers. What does a Pikachu evolve into? Oh, Addison!
Right, son. Right, you.
Oh, one goes to the head.
Yeah.
In charge.
Get it.
It's 1-1. Question 3: Vicious is the main villain in the Cowboy Bebop series. He is the head of what crime syndicate? Hey, both paused.
We
Man,
just
I've watched
talked
the show
about
and I don't remember.
Cowboy
You
Love
Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop.
You've got 30 seconds on the clock.
I watched the show and I don't remember that.
I don't think I'm going to get this one. There's so much going on
You're a
in that
fake.
anime.
You're a fraud.
10,
Not at all.
9,
There's so
8,
much anime
7,
to keep up
remember
with.
that.
Why are you lying to the
Really
people,
good
telling them you're an
question.
anime fan?
3,
Like
2,
anime.
1, and it's a wash.
What was the answer?
So, it's the Red Dragon.
I wasn't going to guess it.
So right now we have a tie game,
tie.
1-1 with 2 questions left.
He's doing anime.
Question 4: who was Vegeta talking to when he said Goku's power level was over 9,000?
Mark, you back to fraud.
Oh, Addison,
Piccolo.
you are incorrect, sir. You are incorrect, and it defers to the lady. Do you have a guess?
Who was he talking to? I know it was one of the evil people that he works with. That's all.
You're choking like Tony Romo here.
You have 10 seconds. 5 seconds.
Dev, where are you with you?
Your boyfriend is looking at the radio like, what are you
I'm not
doing? And
gonna
that
do
is
it.
it.
They're over
That's,
here cheating.
that
I'm
is 2 a
gonna
wash.
do
So this is
it.
it.
Oh, man. This is for the
This,
tiebreaker.
this is it. This is for the tiebreaker, folks.
Dev,
This
I
is
saw you. You ain't no doggone good.
fourth quarter, 2-minute warning, and this is for the game.
Do we get the answer to the questions we missed?
Yes, you do. The answer was Nappa.
Oh, yeah, he was right.
I knew that. I didn't know that.
The final question. The tiebreaker.
Yes.
And for the win.
For all the marbles, baby.
Bum, 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 bum.
Question 5. What is One Punch Man's real name?
Cover it.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
Addison?
Sadama.
Hey! And as always, the head nerd's in charge always proves.
Say it.
Hey, got me because I never remember anybody's
Say
name.
Say what, son?
Listen. You don't come. You don't. That's right. The warden and already let the people alone. You don't come on our show.
Where was the samurai shampoo?
Listen.
Who made these questions?
Listen. We'll talk to my brother later.
I'm sweating
Me and
bullets.
I'm going to have a long talk.
let me tell you something. For anybody that comes on our show, you don't come on our show and piss in our house and think that we're going to just roll over. Addison just fought one-handed, blindfolded,
You will protect this house?
in a Mexican chicken coop and came out the victor. And we appreciate you for it. So for winning, Addison, you have now placed Sassy in the annals of our rogues gallery.
Rogues.
So that means we got to come up with a good villainous name for her.
Well, I wanted to be a villain anyway, so man.
It was the long con.
Well, you know what?
Planned the whole time.
I think. What do you think, guys? What should be her
I
name?
know we've gone over many.
Yeah, I said Sassafras.
What's the name of that flower that smells bad?
Bum, 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 bum,
Yeah.
bum.
Stinky Rose or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I was gonna go with the sassy turtle, evil sass.
Wait a minute.
Sass in
What's
your
the
face.
name that you said that you had back in the day?
Back in the day.
Oh.
What did they used to call you?
Assassinator.
The Assassinator. I like it.
It's
I was gonna say-
terrifying.
So you have now been dubbed.
I was going to say,
Dun, dun.
see, I was Mudbutt the Dwarf, but that might be too much.
Wow.
Oh, now you want to pop up all late with
Oh!
the answer. You want to come all late with the answer. Like, I needed that like 15 minutes ago. It was over now.
she already got the villainous attitude.
Yeah,
I like it. The
she's ready.
Assassinator is officially our first Rogues Gallery villain.
Ladies
We
and
thank
gentlemen, you just witnessed the making of a bad guy.
Yo, that's
Great.
awesome. And it's a female antagonist.
Yes.
I like it.
That's pretty much our page.
I hate you. And all our interactions with women.
Pretty much, yeah.